And so, I mean, you got to bring something to the table. I'm not making guarantees, but if you want to take your stuff to a next level, and that's when you come to me. I mean, I'm no bullshit, and that's all I can say. I mean, I'm self-made, 10 and a half, 11 years in. I've run my own companies. I've been, I've worked my way into XPW and worked my way to the top of that company. I worked my way into TNA. Unfortunately, storyline didn't pan out. I got dropped pretty quick, but I still got myself in there and was a part of their company for a little bit in the faction with Christopher Daniels. I then went and was in WSX, where I was a pretty influential person. I'm now involved in doing my own stuff again. I'm involved in the entertainment biz out here in Cali. I'm involved in TV shows. I'm trying to, I make contacts for people. Whether things work out, that's luck of timing and the luck of the draw. But, like, we took my whole entire crew to a game show audition to go try and get them on a show to go make millions of dollars of us as a team. It's the kind of thing we do regularly. A lot of these other schools are going to go show you clips of them training on their website. You know what? I'm not going to do that on my site. I'm not going to let you see what our training style's like. It's just not my thing. I will show you taking me and my guys up to a go-kart place in Gimmick and having the time of our lives. Because guess what? Our shows will speak for itself of what my wrestling training does, because everyone who's been to it, whether it be 100 people or 150 people who've seen all my shows over the course of them, they all know that we're doing something right. I'm not saying we're perfect and we're the best, but we're freaking on the right track, and we're going to do something special in SoCal, and there's a lot more coming. I mean, I started this little thing about Project MFC, and I've intentionally kept a lot of secrecy behind it, but it's just going to develop over time, and I'll say before the year's over, you're going to see what it is, and a lot of people don't have the patience to wait, but just patience is a virtue, as they say.
The Project MFC thing, that's where on the Atomic Drop show you started.
Yeah, that's right. I had to do a little subterfuge and throw the heat off of myself, and that's why I called out a little K-Ross, because I know he's a heat magnet in himself, so I figured why not throw a little subterfuge in there and go take the trail off of me and go call someone else out, when of course it was me behind the thing the whole time. I mean, I got both of the SoCal boards talking like for that week and a half, like, with more posts than now since I stopped posting like that. You notice that the discussions have dwindled in certain respects. That, like, you got to do something, and people got to understand that as a promoter, we want to have fun too. I read the boards, and everyone's, oh, you got to release it, and you got to do it. No, you don't. Let us have our fun too, and in the end, it's going to work out for the audience's benefit, because what I'm doing, here's the lesson I learned from XPW. XPW is awesome, but XPW did give a fuck you to the fans quite often. I'm going to take the vibe of XPW, and instead of giving the fuck you to the fans, give them the old, hey, I want them to have a good time and enjoy the show, but I tell you what, you're not going to see a typical pro wrestling show in my shows. That's a bold statement, I know, because it's still just wrestling matches. Come on, I mean, I don't want to say I'm fooling myself, but I'm trying to just do something interesting. I think I'm executing, and we'll see in time if it works out for the long run.
All right. Well, let me at this point, let me bring in your buddy that you were talking about. Here's K-Ross. He was upset last week, as crazy as he could be. K-Ross, you've been listening to GQ. You've been listening to GQ?
Yeah, I've been listening. I've been throwing up in my mouth a little bit, but I've been listening.
That's just because you've been licking so much ass that you got that horrible taste.
Oh, here we go. All right, first of all, let's set the record straight. First of all, you're using, let's see, it was a Knox Pro experience, and now the Fit Pit has an experience. It was the XPW, but now you have the XPW. It's a little bit of everything around SoCal into one promotion. The only thing I like, and I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, is that you don't seem to have an attitude about putting on a show for the fans. So we all know that you can't hold a candle to me on the microphone. Let's prove that
wait. Can we prove something really quick? I'm going to interrupt you, and I'm going to come through with a quick tongue like this. Because if you were so good on the mic, you would be the one that's like me. Because on August 18th in Denver, Colorado, yours truly, GQ Money, is going to be opening up for world-famous, legendary hip-hop legend, Curtis Blow, with a 15-minute set in Denver. So, I mean,
wow. You got somebody new and fresh, huh?
not somebody new and fresh. It's skills, dude. I've been on stage with Wu-Tang Clan. I've been in Amsterdam.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I've rocked shows in Studio 54. I've toured the country doing 65 different cities with legendary porn star and pop icon Ron Jeremy doing comedy. I've been on multiple television shows. I've been a finalist on multiple reality show competitions. My friend, no disrespect this time, but I do take my throne as the master of the mic.
And I can appreciate it. That's a long resume, and it must have taken you a long time to pump yourself up. And I'm glad you're all excited now, because the fact of the matter is I didn't need to make my mark in wrestling. I make my mark in the corporate world doing the same stuff as a video jockey, running around with the Budweiser girls, running around with Miller Genuine Draft, doing stuff for Safeway.
Wait, but you're doing the grunt work. But you're doing the grunt work while I'm in the position. No, you're doing the grunt work while I'm in the position of being paid as talent and advertised on the poster.
From Family Times.
No, but I've been advertised on the poster. Where are you? I'm the one that's on these tours in a promoted position where I'm paid a very hefty sum for my personal appearance fees and times. I'm the kind of guy who demands a special rate, and that's the reason it is. It's an incredible.
I don't need the money. What I want is the respect of the hard work. Are you still talking? Breathe. Breathe.
No, I don't need to breathe.
It's okay.
That's the kind
this
of thing
is
about a
GQ
guy
money
like me.
versus K-Ross, not GQ money versus GQ money. I will give you all your props.
KRS-One taught me about Mike.
God,
when you want to go Mike, breath control, styly, breath control, low, breath control, low, breath control, styly, breath control, low.
And this is entertainment.
See, now this is the thing that I was worried about, is that you guys this was some kind of like a little
I don't want him to be a
MFC
kindergarten
thing.
Sensei. I want to let him say his piece. I want to say my piece, but he doesn't want to let me say my piece. And I'm trying to keep my cool.
Because I mentioned on Facebook that you're not even worth my time. You haven't had anything.
Then why did you use my name?
Because I knew that based on the SoCal scene, you had so much heat that I was able to manipulate a storyline that I wanted to do and take
just like SoCal Uncensored Board, where I have more hit counts than anybody else.
I'm going to give you credit. You do. I'm going to give you credit for that. I am going to give you credit for that.
The marketing is still there.
You create a discussion that is unbelievable, that does generate a completely
But you're contradicting yourself, bro. How am I going to say I'm not worth your time? Then again, you're going to call me out and use my name. See, this is what I'm talking about. The back talking, the double talking, the double standard, everything that benefits you. Here's the real deal. Let's put it down to brass tacks. My boys are better than your boys. Anybody you got at the Fit Pit, anybody. You put up anybody. You put up your two best. I put up my two best. I'll pay my boys. You pay your boys. And let's see what Tijuana can do against your little crappy shit pit guys.
You want me to go down to Tijuana, dude? It's not worth my time.
No, we're going to do it at the Fit Pit. I'm going to pay the guys to come up from Tijuana. I'm going to fucking drive them from the border all the way up to show you that you have no idea what you're doing.
But as I said, I'm about an entertainment show and spectacular. I'm not about pro wrestling matches. I don't care what you guys do. In the end, my guys can kick you guys' ass because my guys are pretty damn tough. But at the same time,
great, but they're going to have to catch them first. You got the power.
It's not going to happen, K-Ross, because now you're in a situation. Now you're in a situation where you're trying to ride my.
You're saying no. You're scared. It's okay.
I'm not
scared. I'm scared, then I'll back off.
No, I run a dominant federation. I run a dominant promotion. I run a dominant school.
Prove it.
And I don't, K-Ross, I don't need to prove anything except the product that I present and the feedback that I get from.
This is GQ money versus K-Ross. This is what the fans want. It's not about what you want. Again, another problem.
I tell you what.
Give me the money. Give me the setting. My boys, my two versus you two. I'll pay my boys. You pay your boys. Well, come by. I'll film the match. That is, if I'm not announcing for Rikishi at Knox Pro.
But if you want to do something like this, you could rent out a separate venue, and you can set it up and run the cost of the show and take care of all the necessary aspects of having your insurance and everything. And then we can talk about doing something. I run my shows right.
Don't you want them to be
I don't need you to bring an audience into my crowd. I guarantee you my crowd will be bigger at the next show than it was on the previous show.
You want to break 100?
Excuse me, have you ever promoted your own show that's drawn 1,600 people out of your own pocket? With no,
but I
have
run
you ever
with the
done
people who run the Hulkamania tour,
Right,
and that
right.
was a few
I've done it.
more
I don't need to
people
run
than
with those people.
1,600.
I don't.
I believe